Generic greetings! When we left off in the last episode, we had got the Great Wall of Trump, as people are calling it. I don't know why. Someone please explain this. I don't know whether he's trying to build a big wall around America to make it great again. I don't know how that works or whatever. But either way, we've got a big wall all the way around, as you can see. This is good. This defends our base. And actually, now that I'm looking at here, you can see that we've not got any red coming out, which is the pollution. Normally, when it goes red, you're producing a lot of pollution. So we're not doing that. This is good because we've got all of our solar panels up and running again, as you can see on the top right. On the bottom right, we started getting pump jacks put in, and we've got oil storage tanks there as well. So that's what we'll be doing mainly in this episode. The two things we'll be doing in this episode: firstly, we're going to get another run of iron because we want to get a dedicated smelting station for steel, because at the moment it's just in a couple of steel furnaces over there and it's not really that efficient, and we should sort that out. And then we need to get our oil up and running, so let's crack on with that. Let's just run on the this side here, and we need to check, just so I actually pick this steel up, so pick them up, and then I need to check actually what we need for electric furnaces. We need advanced circuits. Advanced circuit, you need, as we saw last episode, plastic bars. So actually, we're going to do it another way. We're going to do we're actually going to do the oil industry first, because if we don't, then, well, actually, we won't be able to do it at all, because we need to get electric smelters up and running here to get the steel. So, bottom right, let's start worrying about that one. I want to get some more storage tanks up and running. I could get a total of, say, 10 storage tanks. I don't really need any more pump jacks. These are doing the job quite well, and they're filling these crude oil tanks up. But I'll plan it so we can add some more storage tank for crude oil if we want to, but we don't really need it, to be honest with you. But what I will do, as I said, is make it so we'll have it like that. And actually, you know what? I might as well just put it in. It is just for the sake of... might as well. We really might as well. I want to have, though, some underground pipe. Pipe to ground. Where is it? It is pipe to ground there. So that's going to create loads more pipe. For some reason, it takes loads of pipe to make pipe to ground. We also need an automatic pipe producing system as well at some point, I'm sure. But we'll see how that one goes. So they're going to make these pipe to grounds, and they are useful for, well, things like this. Rip all that up, because then you can have pipe to ground, there we go, and then pipe to ground, and then on this side as well. Do we really need pipe to ground? I don't think we do. Pipe to ground, that should connect all that up. Right, that has done that, that's fine. So we need to think about our oil. So this is where we're going to create our oil. So these are the two oil refineries, and they crack the crude oil down into... where are we going to put it? We might as well put it over this right-hand side here. One there, and then one, I'd say about there. There we are. And then we'll say you produce basic oil, and you basic oil as well. Now, we're going to start doing that, and that will crack that into three things. It will get heavy oil? That doesn't actually say that doesn't say what it is. It's heavy oil, it's light oil, and it's petroleum gas. Now, petroleum gas is the thing you use the most of early on, which is why you really want to get, eventually, this one here. Where is it? It is that one. Advanced oil processing, because you produce twice as much petroleum gas when you're doing that one. So you get less waste. And also, these inputs here, these inputs change. When you get, I believe, the second one, you actually bring water in there as well. At the moment, it just says to oil. Now, I don't know whether it's left or right, so I'm going to have to be very careful with that one. Let us just build... We've already actually got loads of pipe. What I need to do is have a input, and I said I think it's there, but I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see how it goes, and we'll do that, and then we will connect up that to that, and what we're going to do is have all of the inputs here, so that, and that. There we go. So that's now connected up to that pipe network. This is good. We will, for the sake of simplicity and symmetry, rather, we're going to do that. So this is all, everything's connected up to everything here. These ones automatically join up, so that's good. They are producing, those are going in, and these will eventually crack this out. Advanced material processing 2 is now done, so we could go for things like concrete, which takes ages, but you do get some concrete and you can run around, and it's quite good. You know, you get an extra speed bonus, I believe. Yeah, walking speed 140%. This is good. I think, however, we want to go for cars. We've got loads of stuff that we could do. What about gun turret damage upgrade? Doesn't take a lot, and we might as well research that. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to output from here petroleum gas, light oil, and heavy oil. We need some more storage tanks. We need a total of, I say, probably 3 or 4 for each one. So we'll have them run... Where do we want to store them? I think best thing to do is have them just straight down. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then a bit of a gap of, say, I don't know, that much. It doesn't really matter because we've got a lot of space. There we go. And then we need 1, 2, 3, 4 more. All right. So this is going to be storing all of the materials. If you don't have this, then there's an issue. 1, 2, no, it's 1, 2, and a bit. Bump. I think that's about right. Yes, that's about right. And I've already realised this. It's going to annoy people that it's actually in a slightly different order. There you go. So that's now fixed. Okay, we're getting attacked again. As you can see, these alerts, but nothing's popped up to say something's been damaged. It's the damage you have to be worried about. So what we'll do, we will create some more pipe to ground, and then we'll start running these materials. So we want a pipe to ground from there to there. All right. And then we need to get somehow... Actually, what we need to do is think really a bit more how we're going to bring the oil out of this one. If we do it in the same order as that it's showing there, so the left one will be petroleum, middle one will be light oil, right one will be heavy oil. That's probably the easiest to do. So we can actually say in and then that. That there is quite easy to do, right? That's sorted. This one, we could do actually the same thing. We could probably say in there and that. There you go. Okay, so that's now producing heavy oil. Well, it will produce heavy oil, and then it's putting into those tanks. That was actually easier than it should have been. Not a complaint, just an observation. Then we'll have another one, similar sort of thing here, where we have that like so. And then that is now our light oil. Okay, so now we just need petroleum. So that one goes out to there. Like so. That one can do the same. There to there. You don't need it underground, but it's just a little bit cleaner, you see. And then, actually, all we really need is 2 more of these. Like that. Oh, actually, no. No. That's problematic. Right, because it's on the same level. Because it's on the same, like, yeah, the same plane. It connected up to the wrong one, and we don't want that. It doesn't really matter now, this is why I haven't started producing the oil, because you don't get any problems with it connecting up. But if I, for example, was producing oil at the same time, it would then start filling the pipes up, and the pipes would get blocked, and then you get contamination, and it's just really, really annoying. So it's a little bit messy, but it is connected up, right? There we go. So what I'll do, I will place one of these right in the center. There we are. And then we will, again, get another couple of these big electrical poles. And we'll put one in... I think just one there should be quite nice. That'll do. And then one up here. And then boom. That's now produced that. We're just doing some more research here. There's a train. We don't need trains. Trains are fun, though. I like trains. Let's research a car. So, these are now, as you can see, producing away. So, we've got petroleum gas, light oil, and heavy oil. But the heavy oil will fill faster than the other stuff because you're producing more of that. Yeah, I believe so. So anyway, that's working. You don't need to bring in both. You don't have to have oil in both sides. It just says you can, so that's okay. And the reason I haven't changed it is because I think, well, I know that when you change it around later to advanced oil processing, which I'm going to get up as fast as possible, you do end up bringing in water, and I think you bring it in that side. But if you don't, it's set up in such a way that we can easily just delete a couple of pipes. It'll be sorted, and the output doesn't change. So the output amount changes, but not the actual. The output amount changes, but not the location of it. Let's just build myself another steel axe here because I'm out. I'm just going to get rid of these trees just for completeness, so we've got a nice clear area. You can see on the mini-map now that we're actually starting to produce more pollution now that the steam engines are on. And we're being attacked up the top again. I'm going to have to check that ammo there. And we also should really do a bit of an assault. I might have a quick look, a look-saroo with my car when I make one. But what we need to do now is go to chemical plants, and I'm going to put probably 5. I'm going to put them all in the queue. I really need to get them all going, because I need to start producing chemicals, and we're probably going to have to do a lot of belt running as well. Although, what should we run belts or not? I don't know. Let me just pick up. I do need to pick up some steel. There we go. I also probably need to check out where's our coal supply. Don't need these anymore, by the way. They're doing nothing. Same as these. Don't know why I did that. I want it that way. Coal supply in the center here, which is pretty much bump. I'll pick all that up, and we will put it all in there. Fill all these up, and I might as well put the rest back. Pick up a couple actually. Right, so pick up all my steel. Pick up all of this. This is good. What I need to do is probably make a bit more ammo. Would be nice to build more solar panels, but we're not running out of steel, but we're getting to a point where we have to be wary about how much we're using, because the more you progress through the game, the more steel you use. Let's have a quick look and see how much ammo this has got. It's got 6, so yeah, it's actually half the ammo it's it used to have. I think I'll just that'll do it to now. Just put a bit in there. Right. So, we've got, do we want to put some more solar panels in? We do want to produce more solar panels. Let me just put 100 steel in there, but we are out of electronic circuits, or rather, I haven't got much on me, so I'll put some in there. That's producing some ammo. I think it's a 1-for-1, the ammo there, so that's okay. We'll go down the bottom here and produce or pick up all of this. Now, I haven't got an overflow yet for these electronic circuits, so I'm just doing it manually. I know that's something that a lot of people have mentioned, that what we should do is have an overflow for such things. I'm actually going to pick up all of these belts as well, because we're going to have to run belts, quite a bit of beltage along the other side. I'm just going to pick up all this steel as well. But yeah, we should have some overflow boxes at the end, but is it worth it? Is it worth it that I have an overflow box for that? It probably is. The only issue is that it means we are constantly... Now, we're constantly producing this, but I don't think that's a big problem, and I think eventually we probably want to have that anyway, so that's fine. Let's just pick up all of this stuff here, and there we go. We're going to go up the top. Actually, we're not producing enough science packs. Inserters. We're lacking inserters. Why are we lacking inserters? Iron gear wheels, and iron gear wheels because we are simply not producing enough iron. It's because of this steel production, because I got this, I've been ripping it off this line. This is what I'm saying about, I was saying earlier about we need to get up a proper steel production plant, because we're ripping it off the iron line, and that's causing us a lot of issues. So anyway, go back over here, and I want to just place, it's probably, 200 will be fine. And I want to just crack on and place some more of these solar panels, because in the daytime we want it so we never ever use the engines, the steam engines. There's been a lot of comments about this as well, people saying, oh, there's a lot of other things you could have done, but then there's also the same amount, if not more, saying, very good decision actually, we've gone green early, because that's always an advantage. It does take a little bit of time, and it takes away from the resources and other things, but it does give you quite an early game advantage, a mid to late game advantage, because you're not producing as much stuff, and also it's just generally the right way to go. So, what do we need to do? What we need to do is get some of this up and running. Advanced circuits. We also need some batteries. So, advanced circuits require plastic bars. So, how does one produce plastic? Plastic is coal and petroleum gas, and we just need to check sulfur, which we'll need to produce as well. That is water and petroleum gas. So we do need to get that sorted. How are we going to do this? Well, obviously it's going to come off this storage tank. It's going to come off here, and then it goes into a chemical plant, all right? So the chemical plant, we will have, what we'll do, we will have it, I think, probably there and there. 2 chemical plants, all right? And this one will produce plastic. And plastic, you need coal and petroleum gas. So actually, what's probably a better idea... No, actually what I had was, I think, fine. It's just not necessarily in the right order. That should be fine. Okay. And then what we'll do, we will have inserter. And what that'll do, it will then input coal that's going to come along this line. Plastic. We need to make more pipes, so we'll say just loads of pipe in the queue. And in and out. There's that connected up. And we're making some more in and outies, so in and out. And actually one more would be quite nice. Bump. I always do underground ones because once it might not seem problematic now navigating around this, but once you start bringing loads of these other chemical plants in and all the other stuff, it is a nightmare to deal with. It really is an absolute nightmare. What I'm going to do, I could have, if I really wanted to, I really could have just, I could run a belt. Right, I could run a belt from all the left-hand side, run it across, from up here all the way along. I'm not going to bother doing that. For the amount of plastic we're going to create, which admittedly we will be creating plastic for the rest of the game now, I think the best thing to do is just to use boxes, and I'll just pick it up like so. Just go up there and say bang, bam, bam. My inventory is now full. Go over to the right and then drop it in. That's all we're going to do. It's easier. And then when we get logistics up and running, when we get proper logistics like logistical robots, the robots will ferry it across. Although, I'll sort of give you fair warning right now, I might change my mind on this. So there's some boxes. That is now connected up. And we need another big electrical pole. 5, I think. Place one there. And then place that one there, I guess, because then it's connected up to more than one. Does it need to be... I'm trying to keep it out of the way, you see. There we go. Okay, so we are now producing plastic. There you go. This is good. Right. And if we wanted to as well, we can do that. Like so, and say you produce plastic, you produce plastic. I'm going to set it up like that for now, just as a reminder that that's what those two are going to be doing. If we need more plastic, we can create more plastic, although I have a feeling that that is pretty pointless. We're producing more than enough plastic already. In fact, what we'll probably be using, we're probably producing too much. But that is now working. This is good. So, we also need to produce batteries. In fact, not what we need to make, really. We need to set something going on the queue. No, we don't need to research anymore because I want to start queuing up these science packs for later use. So what we need to do is get... Let's have a quick look. We need to get electric furnaces. Electric furnaces require advanced circuits. Advanced circuits are from here, which is plastic bars. So, is it worth it me actually running these plastic bars from here with a line to the other side? I think it might be. I really do think it might be a good idea. So one is going to do that. What I'll do, I'll have this belt, like so, and then we'll run it up and then along. Alright? So we'll run it up here, and then what I want to do is go for underground belts, and I want to build loads of the things. Because these will stop it being annoying. And we don't want to go any further, actually. We want to turn it round. Typical. Put that back in. There we go. I don't know if this is about the right way, but yeah, I think it is about right. I know it's hard to see, I apologise. But a couple of people have mentioned mods and stuff that I could use. One's called More Light and the one's called Extra Light. But I've messed around with both and it just increases the light on like this guy. It doesn't really do like mess around with the factories as you might want. So anyway, this is where we're going to bring in the materials. Now, for the time being, I don't really know. I think we really start. I think before I run it any further, we need to think about how we're going to. How we are going to build these electric circuits, plastic bars, copper cables. All right. We're already getting copper cable. Electronic circuits are being happily created here. So, copper cable, electronic circuits, plastic bars. Plastic bars coming along. Copper cables here. And electronic circuits from there. So, how can one do this? They're not producing them nowhere near as fast as they should be. I think what we need to do is speed up production with some fast inserters. I think fast inserters should speed that up a little bit. Let's have a quick look. Fast inserters are generally the way to go if you think stuff isn't going fast enough. Them being called fast inserters and all of that. And there we go. I think we're going to have to fast insert the lot. Some more. Okay. There's fast inserters. They're creating that. Right. That has seriously sped that up. But what is, again, the problem? We're not producing enough iron. So, what I need to do, I think, is get myself... I think I need to stop pretty much everything I'm doing and get this steel sorted, because steel's pulling off the line. Fixing that will not fix the issue, but it will alleviate the problem that we have of lack of iron. That is a lot of plastic, so what I'm going to do is turn both of them off for now. We don't need both of them on, and the problem is that we do only have a finite amount of certain resources. So, electric furnaces, furnizers. We're going to build 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them. And as you can see, it's taking a while to make this stuff. What I'm going to do is cancel it all, because we're not producing enough of that. See, this is an issue now. This is really becoming an issue. Right, new plan. Electric mining drill. We're going to produce several of them. I'm going to rip up this steel production plant. This is coming with me. No more of that. We don't need it. Okay, so that should help. Running up here and picking all that up is not going to help, but doing that should fix that issue there. So, we're going to get a steel plant. So, steel. We'll start up here. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this is where we're going to have our iron coming along. Like this. And we could have a double smelt. So this just comes straight into electric smelter and then into another one, and then that's it. Do we want to do that, or do we want to do it another way? The problem is, to get steel you have to take it from iron. We need to speed up our iron production. I think that's the simple matter of it. It's not that we have a problem with the stuff going in. You can see that is producing as fast as possible. There's no problem with that one. And having faster inserters doesn't help, because there's not a problem with it going out. As you can see, it's perfectly happy just doing that. It's even waiting at some points now. Because we're not producing the steel, it's probably going to speed things up. I'm at a bit of a loss to figure out exactly what we need to do here. We definitely need to produce more iron. That's the main issue. That is the main issue. But we're not getting enough. See, we're splitting it once. And then we're splitting it again. So just more iron. It's just a case of more iron is required. But it's all getting used. It's just... problem is, as soon as you start researching, then you get massive amounts of problems. Well, why aren't those? Why have those not got science packs in? Why haven't they? It's a bit weird. I'm guessing if I start researching, that'll fix that problem. Let's go for electric engines. Yeah, that fixes that problem quite fast. Right, so we've produced we've produced the advanced circuits. I'm just gonna put some more in the queue. Advanced circuits. Where can we produce them? The important thing is where we're going to put them. For Science Pack 3, you need advanced circuits, you need smart inserters, and you need steel and batteries. Wow. That's a lot of work. So, smart inserters, I'm guessing, require standard inserters. No, they need fast inserters and electronic circuits. Fast inserters require electronic circuits and iron plates. So you need, as I've said before, you need quite a lot of these. You need quite a lot of the electronic circuits. You really do. What we're going to do, we're going to change the line. 1, 2, 3. I think, even though it's going to be a manual process of creating that, I think it's probably worth it. Let me pick up all this ammo. And we'll say you can create for me advanced circuits, which require... There's some research done. Electronic circuits, plastic bar, copper. Bump. Oh, good grief. Let me just take everything back, please. Thank you. Didn't mean to put everything in there. That. And that. And I don't have any copper cable. But I know where we've got loads of it. There we go. There's that problem resolved. And oh my good grief, look at that. That's a lot of copper cable. Right, so this. And obviously we're not going to use slow inserters. That would be insane. That is now producing advanced circuits. Because we don't really want to do it manually. Because what we need to do is change this entire line here. Anything that's got steel furnaces, change that steel furnace to electric ones. What I want to do actually as well is put some more stuff in here. I want to get rid of that. Let me just drop that. We ran it around right at the start of the series, but we don't need it. We can just shoot it. And then pull this down. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get this up and running, but it will be worth it. Because once it's done, it gives us a lot more possibilities. What I want to do is put another one of these in. So we can produce twice as much. Well, we have the materials to do it, however, at any decent level is debatable. But they're going to produce their materials. We have more than enough in there. Right, so 4 currently electric furnaces. We need to run them all up here. So because they are wider and such, it's going to be a bit of a mess on, but we'll see how we go. So we need to get, I think, I'm just going to set that on the go while I build more of these. So again, we're going to use steel furnaces up here because I've got them. Because changing the entire thing on this side to... I think it's iron that we've got a shortfall with at the moment, but we will have to do it with copper. But I've got these steel furnaces. I might as well use them. I'm going to have to stop that. This is a problem with producing a lot of stuff in the queue. You often need something, and then you have to stop what you're doing, which is annoying. That's wrong. These are innies there. In, and in. And then that should, once I connect them all up, that should produce some more iron, which it is. Excellent. Okay. So pick these up. How many more furnaces can we get? 2 more. Let's have a quick look here. What's this missing? Electronic circuits. There we are. I'm just setting that going to produce more solar panels, because obviously we need to keep producing them. And we've got a lot more electronic circuits. So we are producing a lot. It's just not necessarily in the right quantities, and that's where this is the top level Factorio stuff of managing the supplies and such, and it can become a bit of a tedious task, but it is what it is. Let's go for some more. How many have we got? 6 electric furnaces. I don't think we need much more than that, but we do want to put these solar panels in, because there's no point in them. There's no point in just having them in the box. We might, we've got them. We might as well put them in. There we go. Okay. So, I've sort of snooked myself here, because I'm not producing any steel, am I? At all. I'm not producing any steel at all, because I ripped it up. So I've used the only steel that I had. So, we have a total of 6 electric furnaces. What I want to do is rip up all of this and stop the entire factory. This will just stop the factory dead. And I'm aware of this. But I want to pull all that up and pull this up. Actually, we don't need to pull all of it up. No, we will need to pull all of it up eventually. But I'll only rip up a bit of it for now, about halfway. Pick all this up. We don't need any of this, or this, or this. Okay, so these electric ones are a little bit different. What they do is, I'm going to put them right next to each other, like so. Looks like I'm going to have to rip up all of this. This is no big problem though. It's going to be worth it. Okay. So, that is all of our electric furnaces. We need input, which we'll use fast inserters. And then that will output onto this belt. So you can see they are a bit wider than the others. And I think it's that, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. And we'll run them across. Might as well create some more of them. I've actually already created them, they're just taking a while to make. I'm going to have to pull up that and that. This is annoying. And a lot of this stuff is now stopped producing, because we are pretty much going back over the same line that we did. I think it was episode 2. I set up everything in episode 1. Then episode 2, I changed it all again. And now I'm changing it again, but this is the last time we really need to alter this entire line. I say, with no degree of confidence whatsoever, because I think we might have to change it. Right, I'm going to use small electrical poles for the simple reason that I have messed up and don't have any steel. So I can't use any of the bigger ones, but that's not a massive issue. As you can see, we are now producing iron, and we are producing it faster than we were before. There you go. They're outputting quite nicely. And I'm going to leave this side alone, because we will be outputting on this side as well. So we'll pick that up. That is no longer producing anything. This entire thing is now defunct, so we can pull it all up. Don't need any of this. And we'll redo the entire area. And there we go. Right, so we'll put coal in that box. And we'll take a bit of it. So that's now the electric furnaces going. This is producing some more of them advanced circuits. So, that is smelting quite well. Let us get a Bit of a deja vu thing going here, I know, but I'm then going to put in, pretty much redo what we had here. 1, 2. And this is going to produce some steel for now. Because as I said, I messed up and shouldn't have removed them early as I did. That's going to give us some steel. But we're now producing some amount of iron, or like faster, more. We're producing more, I believe. Let's have a quick look over here. And are these still building walls? Oh my good grief, that's a lot of wall. However, they're almost out of... No, they're nowhere near out. They're just going to keep going and going and going, aren't they? That's a lot of wall they're producing. I'm going to turn them off and say don't produce any more wall, because as you can clearly see, we've got a bit of wall. We could triple thickness the entire wall now. I think that's what that means, but that's a future me problem. So, what do we need to do? Well, I'm just waiting for the production line to back up, because we need to think about this. Obviously, this is where we are producing a very small amount of electronic circuits, but we do need to produce them on a grand scale. So, to do that, we need to produce... Let's have a quick look. Advanced circuits, we need plastic bar, which we've got loads coming in. Copper cable, which we do need to create more of. And electronic circuits. Electronic circuits are coming along this row here. So what we could do is split them off there. It's another problem. It's another problem because that requires 3 things. Plastic bar, copper cable, electronic circuits. How could we produce both of them? We're not actually producing enough copper now, is it? Are we? Rather. Why is that running out? Are we just not producing enough? No, we're not producing enough. We can sort this problem out though. This isn't really a massive issue. We'll sort that out now. Tell you what, it's a lot of iffy jobs recently. But, you know, needs must and all that. So yeah, we need to use more copper cable, build more copper cable, bring it round, and place it on the bottom line. I'm just pulling all of that up and then going to this box and then picking it all up, because then it means I don't have to manually build all of the things it's trying to do. One of the things that the game doesn't do is if you start producing something and you go, oh, I haven't got electronic circuits, for example, and then you do get some, it doesn't figure out that you've got it. It's got the stuff still in the queue. It would be nice to automate that somehow. And we're going to go up and along. There we are. And just connect them up. And we'll just use these small ones because we can. Right. That's producing a bit. Then this one can go up here. And again, we'll just produce some more copper. Not a lot, but enough. We've got a huge copper supply on the other side, so if we need it, we can do that. And somewhere like that will do. I know it's going to be biased on one line, but it doesn't matter as long as it's working. So there we go. We've increased our copper. In fact, we've more than doubled it. We've almost trebled the amount of copper that we're producing, which means that there's the new amount coming down. And instead of it being on the first 4, it's now on the 5th, 6th. It's getting to the 7th. And the 8th. And it's continually going down. Yep, I think we fixed the copper problem. And we can also, if we wanted to, do that as well. Which is going to take it out from there and put it into there. So that has hopefully fixed that problem. Right, back to this thing. The same old problem that we had. So, we need to look at this again. And that's a beverage as well. Today's beverage is iced tea. Lemon iced tea, actually. Quite nice. I'm glad it was a cold beverage as well, because it'd be freezing by the time I'd got this far. So, plastic bars, electronic circuits, copper cables. Electronic circuits we already have. It's coming from here. The copper cables we do have, but it's in these boxes, and that's problematic. And pluggy bar. We got some plastic coming from the other side. So actually, really, when we think about it, what we could do, we could have a couple of separate lines. I think I know what to do. I'm going to pull this up and pull this up and up a bit, like that. The reason for that is I want to split it early, like so, and then come back down. Right, there we go. And then here, I want to, before we get to the bit we've got it going at, I want to go like so, and that puts it on that side of the line. So that's not really changed, I've just moved it around a bit, and I want to build another splitter and have a splitter there, and then come down with it. Right, so there we go. So all I've done is just split that off the line. That's all I've done. But what does that mean? Well, it means that we've got this other side of the line here, this side here, that's not actually doing anything. So if we produce some, if we make some more assembly machines, I'd say 4 would be a fine amount. And we produce, actually, one. I'll be going over the oil supply, which is something I don't want to do at all. From here it'd be fine, actually. No, because we're not getting even distribution. We're getting 3 and 3. Well, that doesn't particularly matter. We've still got enough going out. We'll try this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then pull that up, which I thought was going to pretty much shut down the entire system, but it didn't. This is good. And we'll go around that tree, because we're trying to build around stuff now. We don't need to demolish everything. Like this. And then along. Yeah, that broke it. That definitely broke it, didn't it? Right. Let's fix that problem. There we go. That's now powered back up. And these are going to produce just copper cables. If I can find them. Okay, and then they're going to output onto... Actually, we'll pull that other one up. We'll only need 3, I think. I say we'll only need 3. For whatever reason, I think I've mentioned before that when it comes to copper cable, measure out how much you want and get it wrong. It's like cooking pasta. Right, so there we go. This is going to insert these, then output onto there. And it's not going to output because we haven't got any electrical poles. There, and then we need one more. Right, so that's producing copper cable that comes down and goes on this side of the line, okay? So that's like an overflow. These obviously are producing loads. Eventually, these boxes will be changed to logistical boxes and we'll have flying robots and it'll be amazing. But it comes down here. Oh, hang on, we've got a problem. That isn't going to do what I wanted to do because it was going to try and put, yeah, it was going to split it, and this is the right materials that we're bringing down now. Those are definitely the right materials, but it's not the right material for this line. Damn it. So what am I going to do? Do we have that as a separate line? I thought it was being efficient by putting it along that line, you see. But all it's done is made it a bit more annoying. I'm trying to reduce the amount of belts we have because I'm aware that eventually it's just a nightmarish hellhole of belts and problems. So, come along with that. We need to get it back onto there so they can produce more of them. And eventually we'll have to pull them down anyway and start splitting them off to produce other things. Definitely splitting that there is a good idea because we will eventually need to use these. So splitting off there is a good idea. But then we also want to connect it up to there, which then goes on that line. That's exactly how it should be. So that is fine. It's just the connection. It's just this copper cable. And the only thing I can think of is if we run it that way, and then run that one underground and that way. Oh, that's so inefficient. I'm going to leave it there because this is starting to become a bit of a headache, because to produce them, you need electronic circuits, plastic bars, and copper cables. Plastic bars, we can pretty much move in manually just by a box. I don't really care too much about that one. But the other two, we need to bring down from here, and it's not as simple as it looks. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, but I'm trying to think several episodes ahead, because if we can't just have that straight on, because other things require that. So having it on the same belt might be problematic. Either way, I'm going to leave it there. We have progressed on quite nicely. We've got more stuff in terms of our solar panels. We've got all of the oil up and running as well, which we did right at the start over the bottom right here. As you can see, they're producing it quite nicely. We've got heavy oil, we've got light oil, and we've got petroleum gas. We've got plastic up and running. We've now amended this, so we're actually producing more iron. In fact, what I'll probably do is set a couple more in the queue. We'll set at least 2 more, so that'll be okay. We'll actually rip some of this up because we're not using nowhere near as much coal as we used to be using, so we can easily pull that up and change it around, you see. So that there, and then again we put these in here, 1 and then 2. Oh, 1 and 2, and then we're producing a lot more. Either way, leaving it there. Next episode, expand, progress. Hopefully I'll be able to figure out how the hell I'm going to do the bottom line. This is going to be problematic, I think. Thanks very much for watching. Comments in the comments, and generic partings. Headache. Ow.